I know what you're thinking. This looks bad, right? It's going to be very hard to defend that a doctor is holding up a piece that he's pulled out of a patient and he's decided to play a Price is Right game online with it. But hang on, I think I might be able to convince you. I want your comments on this for sure. This is a group of doctors, before I go to the news report, from Grand Rapids, Michigan. And they had an Instagram page. I say had, it's deleted now. And uncensored photos were posted on there saying things like, hey, here's what we pulled out of a patient. How much do you think it weighs? Or how big do you think this is? Let's go to some of the details before we start passing judgment on these doctors, because I want to know what you think.
Inside the OR on Instagram. Some doctors in Grand Rapids are in hot water tonight after publicly posting pictures of organs and tissue removed from actual patients.
The pictures are not the only disturbing thing about the post. The doctors joked about playing Price is Right style guessing games in the operating room.
Target 8 investigator Susan Samples found out the doctors are employed by Spectrum Health. Susan?
That's right. This Instagram page is not an official Spectrum page, but the doctors on it are employed there, and the pictures are from Spectrum operating rooms. The Instagram page is run by a group of 35 OBGYN residents from across the country who are training at Spectrum Health in Grand Rapids. Spectrum tells me it has launched a full investigation. We should note, we blurred these pictures. They were not blurred on Instagram.
So the first thing you need to know is somebody who is on this Instagram page, you know who you are, likely the person who was complaining in the comments that, hey, do you think your patients would be okay with you posting these photos? Somebody ratted these doctors out. That's how this all started.
It's just horrifying. It's a horrifying thing to see.
It's not your usual Instagram fare. A doctor posing with fibrous tissue. The patient it was pulled from apparently still lying on the table. And in a second post, a doctor holds an organ removed in a cancer operation. It was a tip from an upset Instagram viewer that got us onto this.
Yep.
2 posts with comments just as unsettling as the pictures. One post read in part, "We get a little competitive. Longest one wins," referring to the length of a string of tissue, a cut-up fibrous tumor removed from a patient. The second post read, "The other game we play in the OR is Guess That Weight. It applies to much more than babies," the poster wrote. "As always, Price is Right rules apply, so if you go over, then you're out."
Healthcare is not a game to people. It's their life.
Oh,
From the
come
Patient
on.
Advocacy Foundation tonight, outrage and concern over the impact on patient-doctor relationships and trust.
All right, so of course they're upset about this. Maybe you're upset about this. If so, I want to know. But here's how I feel about this. I think people don't understand sometimes that even though you view being a doctor as an incredibly high-stress job, which I'm sure it is, these things, even these things, get routine after a while. Just recently in the news, we had this doctor who was attending the hearing for a speeding ticket or something on a Zoom during a surgery. And the judge told him, no, go deal with your patient right now. I don't feel comfortable with this. Doctors are much more relaxed and chilled when these surgeries are going on than you have any clue of. So some of the things they probably do are they sing, they have music playing back there, they are shooting the S, they're gossiping, and yes, between them, whether or not they're posting it on Instagram or Facebook, they're definitely playing games like how much does the tumor weigh? I mean, you're just trying to enjoy yourself. All that should matter to you and me and everybody in between is whether or not they did the job the way they were supposed to. Were they distracted by the game? Now we have a problem. Were they showing the patient's face on the social media posts? Were they trying to make money off it and get it to a wider audience than just the doctors? All these are valid concerns. But as long as the doctors got the job done and did it the right way, I don't care if they're playing basketball with my organs. I don't care if they're taking stuff out and, messing with. I couldn't care less. I want to make sure my doctor is doing a great job. And whether you know it or not, they're doing this. Playing Price is Right style game, GR Doctors, that's Grand Rapids, post-operating room photos online. They say that the page was not officially connected to Spectrum Health. The group responsible for the post described itself as 35 OBGYN residents from across the country who are training in their specialty at Spectrum Health in Grand Rapids. Over here, Spectrum Health says in the New York Post, They say, we were disappointed to learn that surgical images were posted on an Instagram account used by a group of residents, and we are taking steps to resolve this issue. The Instagram account has been closed, and a full investigation is underway. So what do you think? When you see something like this, does that put you off? If that was your loved one or you, would you care? Do you totally disagree with me? Or do you think like I do that, look, doctors are going to do this kind of stuff as serious as you feel like the situation might be? They've probably done it hundreds and hundreds of times. Let me know what you think and share this post if you enjoy. As always, make sure you follow along at The News Junkie on Facebook. Hit that follow button at facebook.com/The News Junkie and subscribe over on YouTube to get a video just like this every single day. And guess what? We'll see you real soon.